media firestone like Ann Coulter, and her latest book, Guilty, like her other books, is very controversial, deliberately provocative. After all, it sells books, and we are happy to have with us Ann Coulter. Good morning.
Good morning.
I think we've all been discussing your book on camera.
Yes, I've heard.
So, good, you should be pleased. So, Whoopi would like to
I just have a couple questions, actually. In your book, you devote an entire chapter to single mothers.
Yes.
And what happens to children raised in single-parent homes. You title the chapter, Victim of a Crime, Thank a Single Mother. What is your issue with single mothers? Because I know you don't have any kids. I mean, maybe you have stepkids. I don't know. I shouldn't say that. But, and I just, before you answer, I just want to say, you said that single motherhood is like a farm team for future criminals and social outcasts. 70% of inmates in prisons come from single-parent homes. Hollywood actresses using single motherhood as a way to promote their careers. And it says, you say it's very selfish for a single mother to have a baby without a father. So I'm wondering.
Yeah, well, we now have 30 or 40 years of social science research. I mean, I'm just citing, this is, you know, dressed up numbers crunching. I'm just giving the numbers. 80% of the inmates in prisons were raised by single mothers. About 70% of the runaways of the child, juvenile delinquents, juvenile murderers, juvenile rapists, raised by single mothers. And the point is, this didn't happen by accident. The illegitimacy rate alone has gone up over 300% since 1970. And as I describe in my book, this was a specific plan by the left attacking the nuclear family. The most famous example.
Go back to the, I know you want to. I'm sorry. I know you want to do this whole left thing because that's what you do. That's your act.
No,
but what I do want to know, because a lot of what you've cited in terms of this, just specifically this, is based on sort of not great research, because we've seen this research discounted time and time again. But why would you say Hollywood actresses using single mother? I take offense to that, of course, as you can understand, because having been a single mother, I don't think it was something I used as a tool.
The point is, well, I don't think you've done it in the last few years, and this is, it has
become. Are you talking about, I'm sorry, say this again? You talked about you're talking about actresses in the last few years.
Right, that's why I say it's the new thing, as opposed to the sex tape.
Why don't you put him down as hard on the fathers who aren't there, rather than the women who actually raised the children?
I'll answer that, because the title is Guilty Liberal Victims and Their Assault on America. The point of the book is, in example after example, of how people play the victim, are exalted in this society, have doors open for them, when in fact they're the ones victimizing others. I've never heard anyone say, unsung heroes, unwed fathers. How does he do it? He has 4 children with 3 different mothers. How did he have the time to do that? You do have, as I describe in that chapter, Hollywood, mainstream media, the New York Times, women's magazines, exalting single motherhood, movie after movie about single motherhood, book after book. Sisters are doing it for themselves.
Are you married? Are you married?
No, but it wouldn't change the difference of the facts I cite.
Do you have kids?
No, and it wouldn't change the difference of the
Well,
facts.
if you had children, you know more what you were talking about.
Do you want children? Because I do realize that there are mothers who are divorced, you don't blame them as much, and there are mothers who are widowed, but there are women who do want children. I'm not talking about the teenagers, the irresponsible and so forth, and need to be loved. We can perhaps, you know, go with that. But there are women who do want children.
Yeah, that's what I write about.
Single mothers.
And how selfish it is. That's precisely what...
And can take care of these children
Yeah,
and give them happy homes or adopt these children.
Okay, no, I am not, and nor are the studies.
On all those things.
Absolutely not. You are wrong about that, and that is the interesting...
Kill anybody. That's all I'm saying.
No, it's of course it's not every... The point is you look at it from the other end. You know, and I look at the prison end, and no, it is not true that I'm leaving out race. There is, in fact, I cite a study by the Progressive Policy Institute, a liberal institute, saying that if you take single motherhood out of the equation, the black and white crime rates are exactly the same. So you take everything else out, single motherhood is not good for children. That is a fact, and it is a fact that it is promoted.
I would like to ask you, because you know, there's some nuggets of truth that you have in stuff that you write, but I don't see any compassion that you have. Do you go out and do you talk to single young girls about trying not to, you know, to use birth control? Are you trying to be part of the solution?
Well, sure,
as opposed to just judging and throwing out stuff?
Look, the more non-judgmental vocal we have been about the mothers, the more real victims have been created.
Can I ask you
Millions
something?
and millions per year. I mean, it's not like this is some inevitable number that we must have of children being raised by single mothers every year. It wouldn't have gone up by more than 300% since
Let's talk about
1970.
that topic because you call it liberal victims.
You know, the biggest victim this week is your girlfriend, Sarah Palin. She is whining about everything. The media was wrong.
The media was horrible.
By the way, she was a child born out of wedlock.
The media attacked her daughter's unborn child.
She's
That was
acting like a victim now, and why is it just liberal to her victims? Give me a break.
No, but the point of the book is not to say that there aren't any victims. Of course there are victims. That's my
Liberal and
point.
victims put together then.
Liberals play the victim while creating real victims. I'm not saying there's no such thing as victimhood, but can we get back to what you were attacking me for when I wasn't here?
Which
They have black celebrities. Yeah.
See, now I've never heard my book.
Well, no, what we were saying about you're saying that they identify with their black side, and we had something to say. What did you
think that I was trying to read people's minds, I believe someone said, or that I've had some personal experience with them. To the contrary, as I cite in the book, I am talking about things they have done and said. Barack Obama writes his first book, I think it was his first book, his autobiography, Dreams from My Father. He identifies with the father who abandoned him. I read the book.
He praises his mother off with it. Can I just remember, we don't have that much time.
Wait, you guys attack me for it and I can't respond. Halle Berry accepts the Academy Award. Okay, just let me answer.
Barack Obama
No,
felt
Halle Berry
the
accepts.
truth. We are not attacking you.
I've
You
never
wrote something
read my book read
provocative.
aloud like you're reading Mein
I know,
Kampf,
but
and I
read it
just
aloud.
did.
And I just read a section aloud.
Yes, I read it like you're reading Mein Kampf again.
I don't think I did that.
I think you did. You spat out the words when I wasn't sitting here.
Let me do this. Throughout John, that's because I'd like to discuss something current. Throughout John F. Kennedy's presidency and beyond, reporters notoriously hid the fact that JFK was a venereal, disease-ridden sexual profligate and drug addict. The courtier press was too busy manufacturing a nonsense image of Camelot. I read this because I'd love to hear your view on Caroline Kennedy's desire to become the Senate.
Yes, that was lovely. You could do the audiobook. Well, we don't know that much about her.
Nobody's attacking you. I just don't appreciate the way you're talking to her. I mean, nobody's attacking you. You didn't have to talk to her.
I wasn't here.
Go on.
Okay, I think we can move on from tone and get to substance, but he's flashing rap, so...
Well, here's the deal. Since we'll wrap as soon as it's time, but you sort of just did like two great put downs in one sentence. I want to reiterate. Nobody was putting down or attacking
Look,
you.
you're claiming that I was basing it on personal experience. I was not basing it on personal experience.
The question, were you?
Halle Berry's Academy
you
Award
are
acceptance
not.
speech
You
went
are
on and
not.
on about how she was doing it for the blacks. That is identifying with her black father. I'm talking about what they do and say in public.
You can't take it, can you? You can dish it out, but you can't take it. We'll be right back.